Hello, 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 hello. What is going on, mi gente? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is 8 p.m. on the dot on a Tuesday. This fine July hot summer day. What's up, mi gente? I am super excited. Hello, 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 mi gente. I am super excited to be here with you guys on Ideals with Idylli. And I am going to be talking today about distractions. And it's so funny that I'm going to be talking about that because literally as I was making, I don't know if you guys seen my stories earlier, but if you haven't, check them out before they go away. They go away tomorrow. So if you haven't seen my stories, check them out. But I'm literally talking about how I'm going to come on tonight and talk about distractions. And right when I said that comes an airplane and I'm like, oh, there's an airplane. And, you know, the noise distracted me and I didn't even realize it. And then I jump back on and I'm like, oh, hey, distractions. And then I'm like, oh yeah, like after I posted it, I'm like, wow, distraction. That was like a complete distraction that took me out of my story. So I'm super glad, like I was saying, I'm super glad that I was able to experience that because it kind of like just showed me like, you know, you're on the right path on what you're talking about, right? Because distraction, people get so easily distracted. And it could be the smallest things. Like who would have thought that airplane was distracting my story? When I let it distract my story, I stopped, right? And it was just happening today while I was talking about that I'm going to be on here talking about distractions. So I was like, okay, I got you. What's up, mi gente? What's going on, Nikki? What's going on, Amanda? What's going on, Maite? Hey, people. I love you ladies so much. But yeah, so, you know, distractions. That's what we're talking about today. You know, I come on here, Ideals with Idylli, every single week, and we're going to bring some value to you. I'm no Tony Robbins. I'm no Eric Thomas, and I'm not trying to be none of them. I'm trying to bring what I have learned was completely changed my life in the last 2 years, right? When I was completely downhill, when I felt like I was gonna give up on everything, on my marriage, on my parenthood, on my finances. Like I was ready, right? I was done after all of the years that I've been through and everything. I just couldn't take it anymore, right? And I was ready to make my own path, but God said, I have other plans for you. I always have. You just have to follow me. And so I started to do that, and it completely changed my life, right? I mean, completely changed my life. And therefore, I, you know, have been gifted this honor to come every week and bring value to you guys on a specific topic that I have gone through and have to deal with and still do. Like, this is me preaching to the choir, okay? I'm talking to myself. Sometimes I go back, that survival one, oh my word. Like, I literally had to tell myself, Didi, you're not in survival mode. Remember, get out of survival mode, because there was a few times where I just wanted to snap, right? And I had to remember, like, I'm not in survival mode. These things don't have to bother me, right? And so distractions is the same thing, because a lot of distractions come in different forms. I know that the most distraction everybody's going to think I'm talking about is social media. Social media, the internet is so distracting. Yes, it is. I agree. You know, you need to schedule your times, make sure you're watching your phone, and tells you how much time you've been on the phone. I don't know about Android, but I know the iPhone does. I'm pretty sure the Android does too. Or there's an app that will tell you, you know, you can monitor that. We're all adults. That distraction, we can monitor, right? But it's the little distractions like the airplane. It's the little distractions like, you know, these challenges that come into your life that you don't realize they're distractions, right? You don't think that they are. They're actually disruptions. They are the disruptions, right? And that's what's happening. And so my mentor, Darren Walker, who I always say, if you're not following him, follow him. D Walker Inspires. His class and his everything that he has taught since November of 2022 has completely changed my life in the last 7 months or 8 months, however many long that is. But he says that addiction to distraction is the death of your creative productivity. Ooh, let me say that again. Addiction to distractions is the death of your creative productivity. You guys, when he said that, it was like the whole class was like, what? Wow, hashtag that, right? Because you don't even realize that it is. And that's what happens in this world. So, of course, I got the actual definition of distraction. And it's a thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something, right? And other words for it are diversion, interruption, okay, right? I like the diversion one a lot because that's exactly what distractions do. They divert you from your purpose, right? Especially when they come in the form of disruption. They divert you from your purpose, okay? And this is what we're talking about today. And then the second definition for it, look at here. Extreme agitation of mind or emotions. That's what a distraction is. An extreme agitation of mind or emotions. Other words for it is frenzy, mental distress. People, that's the world that we are living in today. Everybody's so distracted with the news and the this, and the enemy has this world wrapped up, right? And I'm not saying it's going to get better because it's not supposed to. All of this is written, okay? So it's not supposed to get better. However, we don't have to conform to it. However, we don't have to live in it. Excuse me, we live in this world. We don't have to be a part of it, right? And that's the difference between how we handle our distractions, how we handle the world and the way that are coming at us every single day with all these different distractions to get us off of our road, to get us off of our purpose, okay? And so I'm not going to come on here with the propaganda and all this stuff and be political. At the end of the day, we all know, right? We all freaking know. And so we're going to keep going. Another thing that my mentor loves to say is, what rules the memory fills the heart and guides the feet. You guys, if you're not writing these things down, I promise you, go back and write it down. Copy it. Listen. What rules the memory fills the heart and guides the feet. There's no explanation to that. Like, I can't even emphasize it because that's just what it is. Okay. And so we have the choice, because a lot of us have bad memories, right? But we have the choice to not let it fill our hearts, our minds. Okay. And so that's where, it is important, because at the end of the day, when you pray for change, okay, when you pray for change, the answer comes with disruption. Like, that's just what it is. And disruption, you can't have change without disruption, period. But don't let the disruption become the distraction. That's what people don't realize. The disruptions in your life, those things, the little things that keep happening, you're trying to move forward, or you're trying to purpose, and you ask God and you prayed for change, and all of a sudden you have all this weight on you and you can't handle it. And those are disruptions. That's happening through the change. That's happening because of the change, right? And that's the thing. That's the distraction. You cannot focus on fixing the disruption. No, that's not the favor, okay? Don't try to solve the disruption. It's supposed to happen. You prayed for change. It wasn't going to be rainbows. It was not going to pop out, all of a sudden the next day, right? So the disruption is the distraction. Don't let it distract you, okay? You have to stay with your 2 feet on the ground. You have to stay moving forward. What fills the memory, rules the heart, guides the feet. What fills the memory, rules the heart, guides the feet. And that's not mine, y'all. That's Darren's. And it's biblical, okay? Because that's what the Bible does. The Bible fills the memory, it rules the heart, and guides the feet. All right? So just keep that in mind every time you feel that disruption. Don't get distracted by the things that is going on in your life. There's a bigger purpose. You're not going to be there for a long time. I promise you, you're not going to stay there. Where you are right now is just where you are. It's not where you will be. Okay? And the challenge in your favor is not to allow the disruption to become your distraction. And that can be anything. That can be, this hair is like really bothering me because I can see it on my camera. But that can be, your bills. That can be your job. That can be your kids. That can be a rough day. That can be anything. That can be your spouse. Okay? That can be anything. Okay? And that goes both ways. It could be your parents. It could be, you walking down the street. It could be a stranger. Distractions come in any way. It could be a TV show. I know I'm stepping on some. Look, I'm the first one, and I've said it in these lives before. I've been addicted to TV a very long time. I'm not saying my addiction is completely clear because I still watch it. However, I'm mindful. I know when I have to take the apps off my phone. I know when I'm watching too much. I know when I need to do something else, okay? My spouse can be such a distraction sometimes. Girl, mine's probably watching, or I would agree with you. I love you, boo. But no, it's true. It's true. And you know what? Sometimes it's not even them. It is the enemy working through them to get to you, to be that distraction. I promise. It's crazy, but it's true. Sometimes I have to look at myself and I have to say, yo, that is not him. That is not him. That is a distraction from the disruption of getting you to your purpose. So don't even pay attention. Don't live in survival mode. Okay? Do not do that. Right? So I have to talk to myself too. So Nikki, trust me, girl. I feel you. Definitely. I feel you. Right? And so going back to it is, don't try to solve the disruption, because every disruption, honestly, every disruption is an opportunity. There's two kinds of people in this world. There's the people who see it as an opportunity, and there's the people who see it as a distraction. So you have to decide where you're going to fall in there. Are you going to see the disruption as a distraction or as an opportunity, right? Because if you see it as an opportunity, you grow. What am I here for? Why is this distracting me? There's something behind it. Why all of a sudden I'm enticed to do this? Why all of a sudden this thing is like, all upon me, right? Why is this happening? What am I supposed to learn from this? Where am I supposed to go? Where's the opportunity? Where's the growth? Because there's growth in it all, okay? I promise you that. There's definitely growth in it all. And I'm not saying that TV is not distracting. It really is. My mentor also says like this. He goes, if I asked you to come to an 8-hour movie, would you tell me yeah? And everybody was like, no, like, we're not going to go to an 8-hour movie, right? Like, who has time for that? Who's going to do that? He's like, that's exactly what the television folks thought about. And they said, okay, hold on. Now we're going to break it up into 45-minute shows and we're going to make it 8 hours and then everybody's going to binge watch. And you've been sat there and watched the 8-hour movie. Okay? Addiction to distraction is the death of your creative productivity. Okay? Just like that plane today, I was in my creative mode. I was in my productive mode. I was talking to y'all. I was telling y'all about what tonight was going to be about. I was excited. I was feeling it. It was hot. I was looking pretty, right? I was in that mode. And that airplane came right over. If you haven't watched my stories, watch my story. That airplane came and completely distracted me. Took me off guard. I completely stopped what I was saying to notice and pay attention to it. Didn't matter that you can hear it. You guys could still hear me. It wasn't overpowering me. You guys know I'm loud, right? So it wasn't overpowering me, but it completely distracted me and took me out of my creative productivity mode, right? And that's something small. So you got to imagine how something big would do that, right? How something big can be that addiction to distraction that can take away your creative productivity, right? What rules the memory fills the heart and guides the feet. So we really have to pay attention to these distractions that's going on our everyday lives. All right, you guys. So that's pretty much it. Today is short and sweet because it's my nephew's birthday. Happy birthday, Sincere. I love you so much. I cannot believe it's his birthday. He is so grown. It's actually my grandfather's birthday too. Rest in peace. He passed away at 94. I only pray to God and that I make it that long. I know some people don't want to live that long, but I love that joke. And I know I've said it on here before, but I love it. Like, I love when Les Brown says, you know, that there was a doctor that was like 94, and he said that they were saying, oh, the young guys were like, man, I don't know if I ever want to be 92. And he's like, Sonny, that's because you never been 91. So yeah, I definitely, you know, if I'm blessed to make it to that long, I will be thankful to the Lord. Happy birthday to your nephew. Thank you. It's Tita Son, sincere. I'm not going to shout out his whole name on here, even though I want to so bad, but sincere, happy birthday. I love you so much. I don't know if you'll see this ever, maybe one day, but I love you. I love all my nieces and nephews. And so we're going to be going to celebrate. So this was going to be short and sweet, but just remember the distractions, you guys. I do have a couple things here. You can disengage from distractions like social media. Call out the elephant in the room. Like I called it out earlier. We all know social media and stuff is a distraction. Depending on how many hours you are on it, it's fun too. It is educational. I use it, as you guys can see. I love it. I just sometimes have to stop myself and just be like, hey, you're getting, you know, you're addicted to this distraction. Let's eat back up a little bit. Let's take it off a little bit. Let's schedule it. Let's time it. Let's put it in your calendar, right? Just set specific time frames for that. Hack your physical space, even if you have to have China. That's my dog crying because she wants to get out. Even if you have to have your phone on the other side of the room, you know, while you're doing something specific, don't get addicted to that distraction, right? Even if you have to, you know, put yourself out of that physical area so that you're not addicted to the distraction. Limit your TV time and schedule times to watch. Of course, I said that. Exercise. Exercise is a proven way to improve focus, memory, and productivity. And this has been a big one for me recently because I have, as you guys can see, I've been consistent. And I'm not even, I mean, I can see results, but I'm not focused on that. More than anything, I'm focused on my consistency and just keeping going. So that's why I have this calendar and I put it up there for you guys to see it every day. And it makes me go faster. Like, oh, hold on. I already put that out there. You know, your name's Idylli. You can't do that there, right? So you got to put it on. So, but I noticed how it has helped improve. It has helped improve my focus. It has helped improve my strength. It has helped improve my, my productivity, my memory, you know, little things like that I see improvement on. So exercising is not just for you to look good, you know, and have the sexy body. That's just the perk of it, right? But so at the end of the day, it's just important to do those things and check in on yourself. Honestly, like literally, we lose focus because we're looking to escape some kind of disconnect, right? And so sometimes distractions, we allow them to happen for that same reason. We allow them to happen because we want to disconnect from something that may have hurt us or something that we don't want to face. And at the end of the day, you know, that's just, it's always going to come back. And it's just not the way, you know, to heal and to move forward and to, you know, live your best life. Like, honestly, the little bit of time that we do have here, you want to make the best of it, right? And in order to do that, you just have to continue to push forward and follow all of the things that, you know, fill the memory, guide your heart, and rule your feet. Okay, you guys? So I love you so much. Thank you guys for always supporting me. Ideals with Idylli every Tuesday, 8 p.m. I know I've been talking about going live. I'm also going to be doing my masterclass. It's coming up, and we're going to do a live event here in Tampa. I already have a couple volunteers. I'm just trying to find a venue, and so I can set that up. I'm going to have tickets that are going to go out. Also, I finally finished the finishing touches. I think it's finished on my magazine interview. So I'm excited for that, for the Voyage Tampa magazine. I'm so excited. I sent them everything last night. I'm hoping that, you know, when he comes back with feedback that we're good. And if not, I'll say whatever I have to. So I'm excited about that. There's a lot of big things coming, and I'm just so grateful to be living in my purpose and that God has completely blessed me, and it's his journey and his guide. And I ask him every day, like, Lord, where do you want me today? What do you want from me today? Lord, help me get through this today. God, I seek him every day, every morning, every night before I go to bed, in the middle of the day, while I'm at work. Like, you know, at the end of the day, his relationship to me is more important than anything, than my kids, than my husband, than anything. Like, it's me and him first, then everything else falls through, right? And so just honoring that and following through that has completely opened doors for me, and I'm just so excited for what next is gonna come, right? And I'm excited to bring value to you guys, because that's the point of this, because I'm not here to do this on my own or to look fabulous, or at the end of the day, it's service to many is what I want. I want to bring service and value to many people so that you guys can start changing your lives, so that we can all do it together, so we can build a community, right? So we can have each other to support, to back each other up, right? We need that support, okay? We have to, come together. And these times, this is the best, this is the most important times to come together as one and just really build each other up, right? And just let that lock in, right? And build a community and just ride out. Okay, you guys? So ride it out. That's what we have to do. Ride it out, okay? Thank you, Nikki. I love you. I am so proud of you. You're an amazing mother. You're an amazing wife. And I know you have purpose too. And I love you so much, okay? So I did want to go, of course. I'm not going to leave without my Bible verse of the day. All right? And so it's a simple one. It was really short. It was Psalm 19:14. Let me look it up right here. Y'all know how long it took me to spell Psalm? Like, forever. I would always put the L, the S before the L, the A, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I would always mess it up. So, let me see here. Let me pull it up real quick. As you guys know, I have it in alphabetical order because I haven't remembered the chronological order, and it's hard enough for me to find it in alphabetical order, and sometimes I need it like this, right? So till I know it the other way, this is the way to do it. That's the one thing about the Bible. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to memorize scriptures. You have Google. You have the Bible apps. Like, it's all right there in your face. You just have to seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open for you, okay? So just remember that. Psalm 19:14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Not the distractions, not the disruptions, none of that stuff. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in the sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. That goes to show you that what you say matters. What you think about matters. Okay? What again? I'm going to just say it one more time. Okay? What rules the memory, guides the heart. Guides the heart. I said it wrong. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, no. Okay, what rules the memory, fills the heart, and guides the feet. Love you guys. Mwah. Ideals with Idylli. My China.